Hello, it is Monday, October 3rd, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Monday puzzle today, which means it should be relatively approachable, relatively quick, and I hope that's the case because I'm recording this with just a bit of time to spare, so I hope there's nothing deceptive going on in this puzzle that makes it more difficult than a Monday puzzle should be. But in any case, this likely quick edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Alex, Laura Sexton, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in bringing us this series, and this edition in particular. And if you'd like to become a benefactor as well and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at not dailysolve.com. There is no such thing. Maybe there is, but it's not mine. Patreon.com/dailysolve, or in the link in the description field underneath the video, where you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, for instance. And thank you also to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign at any level. I do very much appreciate that. That support does keep this channel going, so thank you. And let's just move right on to the puzzle. This is a Monday crossword, so it is a themed puzzle. Shouldn't be too difficult. It was constructed by Sarah Sinclair, whose debut this puzzle represents in the New York Times crossword, so welcome to her. Congratulations. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shortz. So let's start solving. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, of course, the classic Will Smith sitcom, gives the Anne Boleyn treatment as beheads. So Anne Boleyn famously beheaded wife of Henry VIII, one of several wives. Down under bird, an emu, and so down under, of course, referring to Australia. And many an expat, could be an emigre? Let's look. That seems, I wonder why there are two E's. That would be the French way of indicating the verb is feminine. I can't remember if that word is usually actually treated that way in English, or if we just use the one E version for all. I'm actually not sure. So that's why I'm not sure if that's the answer, or if it, well, let's just look at some crosses. Wimbledon unit, a set, game set match, so a set of matches in tennis. So yeah, it must be that. There's that E there. So, okay. So attack as in fencing to lunge at. There we go, that looks plausible. And a geometry calculation could be the area of a polygon, for instance, or a circle. Encourage as in behavior could be to egg on. And so the as in behavior just means you egg on. That does refer generally particularly to behavior as opposed to encouraging. I don't know, you wouldn't say I'm encouraging, studying conscientiously or something. You don't really use egg on for that. Use it for particular behavior that someone's engaging in. Provoke is to goad. I don't know why I went so into that egg on thing. I guess it's because of the as in behavior. I just wanted to make sure that purpose was clear. Good in Guatemala. Buen? Is it buen? Because there's bueno, but then also someone was mentioning the other day, you could put this before a noun, whereas bueno you'd put after a noun. Was that? I hope I'm not misremembering that. Let's check the crosses. Icy ocean hazards could be bergs, as in icebergs, and a school website ending could be edu for an educational institution. Genre for Nicki Minaj would be rap, and state, bien, I guess. So state known for potatoes is Idaho. So I misremembered this. And then to be determined by something is to hinge upon it. Okay, so we've corrected our good in Guatemala, our Spanish good. Sorry about that error, but it seems okay now. So to stop replying to, as on a 59 across, well, I think to stop replying to somebody, especially in, if you stop replying to someone on social media, for instance, in a direct message conversation or something, you're said to ghost them. So don't yet know what the revealer is, but maybe let's just take a look. So these two clues, 17 across and 7 down, are both referencing 59 across, which is likely our revealer, which is the answer that ties together our theme clues. And here it says modern medium for meeting somebody. someone, or what each of the starts of 17, 25, 37, and 50 across is. So Hinge, Ghost, modern medium for meeting someone. A dating app is Ghost. Are Ghost and Hinge dating apps? I'm just thinking modern medium for meeting someone seems like that's what that would be, but I don't recognize Ghost or Hinge. What about this? Video game hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog? We'll come back to that. Small drink is a sip. And a hood wearer at a graduation for short. Why don't I see what that is? I don't know. Critical moment in tennis. Match point. So Match sounds like it would be a dating app. So that gives me a bit more confidence in that guess. So common street name is Main Street. We're fairly common in the US anyway. Battery terminal could be an anode. And a sort who tells no tales, per an old saying, dead man, I guess, right? So the saying is dead men tell no tales. But of course, in this case, that particular sort is a dead man because it's singular here. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is a television program. It's one of the streaming ones, I think. And a garlicky sauce could be an aioli. A Hawaiian garland is a lei, the traditional flower garland of Hawaii. And Adler in the Sherlock Holmes canon. So Irene Adler is a character in Sherlock Holmes stories. Oh, here Tinder. So Tinder I've certainly heard of. So so what is the actual clue? Sorry, extremely flammable as vegetation. Tinderous? Is that an adjective? Well, it sort of makes sense because Tinder's the bit that's very flammable and it helps get a fire started. And Tinder is certainly a dating app, so that seems right. I blank Mia, Spanish OMG. Oh, is it Tinder dry? Because this could be I Dios mío. Dios for God there from the OMG. And then apt vowels missing from this phrase. The little kids song. Oh, that's funny. So E-I-E-I-O. So a children's nursery rhyme song. E-I-E-I-O from Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Or I guess you could describe it as the little kids song. It's cute. 5 Portuguese kings. Well, it'll end with an S. Looks like Pedro, perhaps. Is that? I'm not sure, so I'm not going to put it in yet. Oh, hoodwear at a graduation for short, a PhD. Okay, I see. Right. Never having received one of these, I was less, didn't jump to mind immediately. But yeah, PhDs wear some kind of indicative hood. And then argue is what, demand or debate. And storage spot in a ship is a cargo bay. Perfect or perfect, not sure right offhand, but let's look at this. School figure that might be weighted, a GPA, so grade point average, might be weighted in some way or another to, I don't know, correct for certain things. I don't really remember how that sort of thing works anymore. Less than 90 degrees at an angle, an acute angle is how you define an angle less than 90 degrees. And to hype up could be to amp up, maybe, performance or something. Pirate's pal could be a matey, ahoy matey, dead men tell no tales, you could say. And, perfect is utopian. Okay, I'm not surprised that I didn't jump right to that, but with the crosses, it's a bit easier. And one with leases, that's important distinction. Ones with leases are tenants. You lease your apartment, you're a tenant. Plural here of tenants. Lying face down is you're lying in the prone position, face down on the ground. And one of up to 200 on a scallop. Wow. Now that is interesting. I'm going to need to look that up. I don't really have the context for what exactly that means. Scallops to have up to 200 eyes. Wow. And that exclamation point is well placed. That's how I feel reading that apparent fact. Bit of concert merch could be a t-shirt, a tee. And ballet, e.g. in French, is just simply the French word for dance, which is almost identical to the English word for dance. And it was Pedro's after all, the 5 Portuguese kings. Okay. Don't worry about it. Could be no sweat. And common eyeliner shape is a wing. You could have sort of winged eyeliner. And if you're keen on something, you're into it. So a necklace dangler is a pendant. You could have a necklace with a pendant on the chain. And a person being used by another is a what? Don't quite see it. Mac alternatives are PCs, personal computers. Windows computers, I guess, really is what PCs refer to. And then person being used by another is what? A catfish or something? No, that's not what this is referring to. Why can't I see it? That's very annoying. Go as low as somebody else is to stoop to their level. To go as low as that is to stoop to that. That whatever that is, whatever that level is. DC baseballer, Nat for national, I think. And, cat's paw. Cat's paw. Oops, why can't I get this? A person being used by another. Yeah, that is the phrase, a cat's paw. So what is this? First clue number in this puzzle that doesn't have an across answer. Well, I guess it is 2. After all, we can look up here and see that indeed, yes, 1 has an across, but 2 immediately breaks the pattern and does not. 2 only has a down answer. Is there anything else here we've not yet seen? I don't think so. So what about this? Thus, and so, therefore, etc. Starting poker payment would be the ante. To, I guess, buy into the game. And to give the most votes as a candidate is to elect that candidate. Gross. Ick, you might say. A vampire vanquishing weapon is famously a stake put to the vampire's heart. Green or black beverage is tea, black tea or green tea. To laud is to exalt, to sort of sing the praises of, to laud. And to repair something is to fix it. Blank one's time, waits is bides one time. So here's an example of how on a Monday we're just given quite a bit more help than we would get if this exact same clue was, I don't know, even probably Wednesday onward. You might not get the waits. You might just get blank one's time for bides one time. But here we get the help. Fuzzy buzzers. Bumblebees. So Bumble. I think I've heard of that one as well. Bumble, a dating app. So Bumble and Tinder, and I guess, I don't know if I've heard of Match, but it sounds so much like a dating app. So anyway. Whistleblower is a referee, and Vampire Vanquisher, e.g., is a hunter, a vampire hunter? Not sure if that's right. Let's check the crosses. That might be wrong. Playthings in, yeah, that's not right. Because playthings in bathtubs are toy boats? Yeah. Oh, a Slayer, I guess. Vampire Slayer. Right. Like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for instance. So certain wedding hairstyles are updos. That's common at weddings, is an updone hairstyle. And car to phone connection option would be USB. You could connect your car to your smartphone with a USB cable. Connects to an electrical outlet is plugs in, straightforwardly enough. A beaver's job is a dam build, a dam what? Not sure. Engineered crop litters are GMO, genetically modified organisms. Oh, I see. The beaver's job is damming, so it's literally creating a dam. It's damming the river or stream. It's literally what the beaver is doing. Okay, Chinese or Lao, Asian. So, someone from China or Laos. And then doctor's organization is probably the American Medical Association, I would think. Here we have like the taste of Tic Tacs. They're minty, they're mints. And long-time media initials. Oh, is it the New York Times? Are we finishing on the New York Times? And then common teenage emotion is angst. So is that all right? It is. Okay. So let's look at the puzzle and let's just figure out what. So we have our modern medium for dating someone, which is a dating app, and we have Hinge, Ghost, Match, Tinder, and Bumble. It's sort of strange that is Ghost really the name of a dating app? That's so interesting, given that it does mean to sort of quietly abandon contact with someone on social media. What an odd thing to call. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's only meant for kind of fleeting encounters or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we have Ghost, Hinge, Match, Tinder, and Bumble are our, 5, I suppose, dating apps. And there we go. Maybe Ghost is positioned perpendicular to the other apps because it's the odd app out. I don't know. Sorry, I'm quickly back just for one moment because I realized Ghost. Oh, I see. Stop replying to as on a dating app. I think it feels like a bit of a mistake that dating app is pointing back towards Ghost. I don't think Ghost is a dating app. I think because it's not listed here. I kind of glossed over that. These are only the across clues. Sorry about that. Yeah, Ghost is just being highlighted, I guess, because it's related to the theme, but that feels off to me. Anyway, I don't think that's the fault of the constructor. I think it's odd that the people who implemented the crossword today chose to highlight Ghost. Threw me off a bit. Anyway, back to myself saying goodbye. But there we have it. Ghost, Hinge Upon, Matchpoint, Tinder Dry, and Bumblebees. And a good, solid debut puzzle from Sarah Sinclair, so well done to her. That was a nice, enjoyable Monday solve, I think, and it was exactly as ordered for a Monday puzzle. Pretty approachable, I think, but let me know how you fared with it. I'm going to skip the clues from yesterday's puzzle today because I simply do not have the time to spare. I'm sorry about that. But I will be back tomorrow for the Tuesday puzzle. So do join me for that. Should be another relatively approachable themed crossword. I hope you will join me. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.